Hello, hello. Getting this started. It's always the delay. So wait for people to come on. Put my glasses on so I can see. Oh, I see somebody, so we must be good to go. Just gonna pin this to the top. Make sure everybody can find it easy. How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. Good to see everybody showing up. There we go. Should be good to go. Hi, all 100 and climbing. Happy Thursday. So how's everyone doing? It's almost the weekend. Are weekends any different now when you're forced to stay at home? What will you be doing differently on the weekend? That's my question today. What will you do on a Saturday and Sunday to make it feel different than Monday through Friday? That's a good question, I think. I ask these things and then there's a delay. So like there's this moment where I'm really just talking to myself because I'm the only one hearing it. Welcome all the first time drawers. I'm Stacy. Today we are drawing Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon. People were excited for that. Beautiful outside. Hopefully everyone's getting like a little outside time, even if it's in your backyard. We get our drawing. No schoolwork on the weekend. That's true. At least, you know, and that's a blessing for both kids and adults. And for those working from home, maybe you won't have to do work over the weekend. I will not be working this weekend. Good, Jennifer. You should not be working this weekend. So today, I don't have any big announcements. Let's see, there's an Instagram page now. So if you haven't gone on that yet, Draw with Stacy, you can tag me if your kids are doing, you know, if you do any lives in your stories or pictures that you post there, make sure you tag and then I share them again. Make sure you're posting your drawings to the Draw with Stacy page. We will have an album set up that is called Pokémon. So please try to load your drawing directly into that album. Please don't add it in the comment thread. It tends to get lost. You can find the albums by looking in those little gray bubbles that are right below the header. And if you are on a phone, remember you have to scroll those a little bit to get to the one, to get to the albums. So look for that, but if all else fails, then just post your picture directly onto the group page. Hi, Vivian. Yes, no work. People are looking forward to Sip and Draw, so am my parents. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, let's get started. We are going to need pencil. We are going to need, I always use a black pen. And then I'm going to use pencils again today. And I'm using these colors. So you can use other colors. So do you have guesses on those colors? What are we drawing today? Do you have any guesses on what Pokemon character we're drawing? So I'm about to show you. Thank you for your compliments, for your hellos. And let me flip this around. Can you say hi? Is it Aislinn? Aslin? Oh, this is my Sesame Street shirt representing the hood. All right, here we go. Flipping you. There we go. That is what we are drawing today. We are drawing Pikachu and the ball. Does the ball have a name? So that is what we're drawing. We will do more Pokemon characters. They are super cute and fun to do. So I know everybody has their favorites. These are the colors. I have yellow. You can't really see that very well, but I have like a very light orange. I have gray, pink, red, and yellow. So those are the colors that I'm working with today. Let me get my lights right. Hello from Vacaville. Oh, Pokeball, thank you. Sometimes I don't know, and sometimes I just forget. That's the trouble with getting old. Things just pop out of your head. Or it's a mom brain thing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna make these a little bit smaller since I'm fitting 2 items on the page. So I'm going to do my Pikachu over here with my ball up off to the side, kind of flying through the air. You can make yours bigger. You can add scenes behind, whatever you want. Again, I kind of give you the basics and then you can run with it. It's my favorite part, really, is seeing your drawings and seeing what you do. So for the Pikachu, I'm going to start with his head. So for his head, he just has an oval-shaped face. Starting with that oval. And then his ears. His ears come to a point. So I'm going to do a curved line to a point. And then I'm going to just keep that sharp point and mirror the curve on the other side. Of course it's okay to post drawings later. You post your drawing anytime. And now let's do his other ear, but I'm going to put this one kind of shooting out. His ears aren't always sticking straight up the same direction. So I'm going to do a curve to a point and then curve that right back into his head. And there is the start of my Pikachu. He has black tipped ears, so I'm going to make a line inside of his ear to give space for the black and space for the yellow. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. They don't have to match. And there is the start of our Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and finish off his face. So he has big circle eyes. Two of them. And he also has circles for his cheeks. You can do these circles 2 different ways. I did the circle here, full in his cheeks, but another way to do the circle is you could come off to the side. So you could do half circles, 1 on each side of his face. And I'm going to do a tiny little curve, the bottom of a U for his nose. And then for his mouth, I'm going to do almost a mustache shape. So I'm going to come up to a point and then down. So it's a little waved line. And then to finish his mouth, I'm going to do a circle down here below. I want his mouth open. I'm going to give 2 little brow marks. I'm going to do those circles inside of his eye, the brightness marks. And I'm going to do something different in my eye today. So we've talked about ways to give your eyes some character, and one of them is with these little circles. And today I'm also going to put a little line within his eye. a little curved line at the bottom of each, and I'm going to put little lines in that line. It's just another way to add a little bit of character into the eye. Give everybody just a little bit of time to catch up. For those who are just coming in, welcome. Hello, Marissa's daughter. Head looks like a lake. I see that. And now let's do Pokemon's body, Pikachu's body. Hi, Mom. So his body, we're going to start it just a little bit in from the base of his head. And we're going to come down, a little out. We're going to curve around, do a little wave. And if you need to stop, you can. He looks tired. The eyes will look a little funny, but once you start coloring those in, it actually ends up looking pretty cute. So on this other side, I'm going to do another line matching up over here. And these to me look really uneven. This side is really curved here, and I want them to match a little more. So I'm going to leave that mistake line I made, and I'm going to add a new line just coming a little bit out more. So remember, if you make that mistake line and you don't like the way the shape looks, leave the line there, because it gives you a good guide of how to go back in and change it. If you erase that line right away, then sometimes you'll just keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. No, he's not crying. And now let's do his feet. 2 little ovals on the bottom, 1 on each side for his feet. And now his tail. So his tail is like a lightning bolt. We're going to make a line going out, down, out, down, and a bigger one out. Oh, thank you for the nail compliment. So this looks like a lightning bolt. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a line coming down. And then I'm going to mirror this line, but I'm going to stop it a little bit short. So my lower line is going to be a little bit less, not as long as the one above it. So I'm going in, I'm going to stop it there, come down, go back in, come down, and then come back and connect with the tip of his tail. And remember, if you don't meet that line exactly, then just move your line. Make it work for you. And last but not least, let's do his arms. I'm going to do 1 on each side. And his hands are just kind of curved into his body. Remember, if I'm going too fast, I have to kind of keep going so these videos don't end up super long, but you can always go back later and stop. Maybe you watch me draw, and then afterwards you watch it again and you draw it and you pause it when you need to. I will give little moments to catch up though. I did see Detective Pikachu. I went with my son. And yes, I agree. No one's drawings are bad. Everybody's drawings are good. Remind yourself that. Everybody's looks different. And the more you draw, the better you'll get. I am 44 years old and I have been drawing a long time. So I am going to have my Pikachu standing just on a little hill. So I'm going to do a little line below his feet so he's not just floating in the air. And there is my Pikachu. He's finished. So now I'm going to do my ball. Now, let me tell you, circles. Sometimes circles will drive people crazy, okay? Because circles, making a perfect circle is very hard. I encourage everyone, if you want a weekend project, just practice drawing all different size circles without any sort of guide. And the more you do that, the better you'll get. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for it and draw a circle. Now already I can tell that my top line isn't going to match, so I'm just going to keep going until it does. And then I'll erase that little mistake line on the inside. So you just can kind of, if you feel like you're not touching the other side or it's not making a circle, just keep going. Another great trick, if you just absolutely have to have the most perfect circle, then you put a cup on your paper and draw around your cup. So if you have to have a perfect circle, if your brain just hates the look of a wonky circle, then use the base of a cup for your circle. I think even imperfect circles look good, so I like to just go for it myself and leave it. Plus, that's the fun of cartoon. You know, we're not doing realism here. We're doing cartoon work. So things in cartoon world, things often look a little bit goofy and a little bit off kilter. Okay, so there we go. I've got the start of my ball. Now inside of my ball, this is my imaginary middle line. Remember, I make that sometimes in my art. I'll pretend that there's a line in the center. So around the middle, but not dead center, a little bit higher, I'm going to make another circle because Pokeballs have that band. I guess it's the button they use to capture. It's okay if you're not drawing. I do a lot of them on YouTube and I draw and pause them. So it's a little bit different when you're doing them live. If it's stressing you out, then stop and always come back later and draw when you can pause it and you can redo it. So here is that smaller circle inside. And then I'm going to do finish the band. So I'm going to do a slightly curved line out to the side. Another one right below it. And then on the other side, the same thing. Remember, we're pretending like this goes through the circle, dropping our pencil and coming in. Then they match up, pretending we're drawing through, drop our pencil. And now we have that band. You can use a cup to trace it. Now inside this circle live two more circles. Just each one gets a little bit smaller than the one before. And when I do my black pen, I'm going to not do this line right here because that outer gray band, it's all connected. So I was just using that to help draw my circle, but I'll erase that. Let's give everybody a little bit of time to catch up. And remember again, you can always go back and watch it again and finish your drawing when you can pause it. So typically these Pokeball, they don't have any sort of face. They just look like this. But I kind of wanted to give mine a face. And I want to give him a face that kind of where he kind of looks surprised, or maybe he looks like he's kind of yelling through the air. So I'm going to do, just like I did for my Pikachu, I'm going to do 2 circles, 1 on each side for his eyes. So there's his eyes. I'm going to do circles inside of his eyes. Those are the areas I'm going to keep white. And then for his mouth, I'm going to do kind of a bigger circle right between his eyes for his mouth. I'm going to give mine teeth because I think that makes him look silly to have these 2 buck teeth. And then I'm going to give him a tongue, which ends up looking like the top of a heart. Now I want this to look like it's flying through the air. So to do that, I'm going to do just what are called action lines. And they're just little, that's the sound they make, if you could hear them. So those just give it an action. It makes it look like it's flying now. And there is my drawing. So now I'm just going to go back through over all the lines I want to keep, and I'm going to do those in pen. So you can do them in pen, you can do them in a black crayon if that's what you have. Use whatever tool you have. Your birthday is in 5 days. Well, that's exciting. I hope you do something fun virtually for your birthday. Okay, let's come in with my black pen, and I'm just going to go over my lines for my Pikachu and my Pokeball. Remember, we can always go back and we can erase those pencil marks. So don't worry if when you're going over it in pen, you don't go directly on top of your pencil, because we can erase all that afterwards. The ball does look like a doctor, huh? With like a the little light on his head. You don't have to do the face if you don't want to, if you want your ball to have no face. Remember, I'm always just giving you the kind of idea, and then you can adjust it however you want. Maybe there's another Pokemon character that you're going to put with Pikachu. And we'll come back and do more of these characters. They can absolutely be different colors than I have. Make them whatever color you want. I've seen people color their characters in past drawings in full rainbow. Maybe you decide that you want your Pikachu to be holding a heart. I can add that in. Maybe the hill that he's standing on is covered in flowers. You could cover it in flowers. I give you an idea and you make the art. Yes, you could make yours into the detective. Isn't he wearing like a brown hat in that movie? I haven't seen it in a bit, but oh, the favorite drawing I've done. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have a favorite. Since we've started doing these drawings together, I really like Snoopy just because that's something I've always drawn since I was a little kid. So that's been one of my favorites, but if you're asking of all time, that's really hard, really hard. Probably, I don't know, probably some sort of drawing I did for my son. A caricature of him. So I won't be adding ash to this, but you definitely can add ash in. What days do these videos come out? They come out Monday through Friday. We have videos. 5 days a week. My favorite color is yellow. Actually. So that works because what color is Pikachu? Typically, he's yellow. So if you want to color in my favorite color, mine is yellow. Get those action lines in. I think I missed his teeth. Do his teeth. You could even add a little thickness here, and now it looks like he has 2 teeth with a gap in the middle. Do we have another person with a birthday in 5 days? All right, so since I have my black pen, I'm going to go ahead and color in the areas that I want to keep black. So I'm coloring in inside of his mouth. I'm coloring in the eye. Remember, I kind of start at the edge and then go in. That way I don't accidentally go out of the lines. And thank you for the compliments. I think you all are great artists too. My favorite part of this is absolutely seeing all of your drawings. I love seeing the art walls people are creating. So your favorite part might be watching me draw and drawing with me. My favorite part is seeing your art posted onto the page. That's what I look forward to. So we colored in the black there, and now we're going to do it over here. So on Pikachu, the tips of his ears are black. Remember, going from the outside, coloring in. And then the tips going in. My favorite Pokemon character is actually, I think it's Jigglypuff. Is that the name? I think that one's really cute. I almost drew that one. And then I figured, you know, Pikachu's one of the most popular. So we started there. And I'm going to color in his eye. Going around the edges first, coloring in. My favorite animal is a manatee. Well, thanks for joining, Melissa. I hope you had fun. There we go. I've got all the black on there. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to erase any of the pencil lines that I don't need anymore. I did not watch Stitch yet, but I promise I'm going to. It's on my list to do by this weekend. My favorite candy is either Reese's or I love gummies. Thank you, Paisley. So someone asked why I got the orange. So I'm going to do this little area in his eye that I left. I'm going to do that orange. So he ends up just a slightly different color than the color that I do for the Pikachu. That's what I did my orange for. And now I'm going to go ahead and color him in. Start on those outside lines. And then color in the center, because then I can go faster. Helps give me a guide that way. So same thing over here. Well, thank you. I think you're pretty cool too. My birthday's in January. I just had my birthday. Doing those edge lines and then coming in and doing the center. Same on the head, going along the edges I don't want to go outside of. Ooh, in the Czech Republic, that's amazing. We're starting to see more people in other countries and areas. I know we have Canada. I know we have the UK. Trying to think, there's one other place that on one of our adult sips we had somebody out of the country. It's amazing to see how far this is reaching. We will definitely be doing some sort of Mickey or Minnie Mouse. Go around the mouth. I want to make sure I don't accidentally color that in yellow. And then I can just color all this space in. A lot of times I'll color those cheek circles in first and that mouth in first, because that kind of helps me from mistakenly coloring that white in, but I didn't do that this time. I went straight to the yellow. So I have to remind myself that those areas aren't meant for yellow. Oh, the Netherlands. Is that, maybe that's where, I think we had somebody from the Netherlands. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and color this heart in pink because I know myself and I will accidentally color it in yellow and then it'll just look like he has a yellow heart on his belly. I want it to be a bright pink heart. So I'm going to do that first before I start coloring the body yellow. And since I have The pink, okay, telling me I'm the Bob Ross of modern times is like the biggest compliment I've ever received. I loved Bob Ross. Do you want to hear something funny? I don't know if my kids are going to know Bob Ross, but for others that are watching, my mom's watching, I used to always think Bob Ross should marry my grandma because they reminded me of each other. They were both just so calm and chill people, and I thought they should be married. I'm going to color the inside of his mouth red. And we are definitely going to do Easter theme. So Easter, that week of Easter before, it will probably have something to do with kind of Easter themes, a good portion of the days. Things that are very spring-like. We'll do a bunny. We'll do Easter eggs, decorate your own egg. All kinds of fun Easter stuff during that week to celebrate. Or to give you things to hang up for Easter if you're celebrating Easter in your house. And if you aren't, that's okay too, because maybe you just really like rabbits. And you just like drawing and creating art, and that's really why we're here. When you're creating art, it's like kind of like reading. It gives you a chance to escape, to not think about all the things that are going on or all the things that you need to do. I love drawing with you. I love you guys too. This has been really great for me. Lots of hearts. If I could post 1 million hearts right now for you all, I would, but I can't do hearts and draw at the same time. There we go. There is my Pikachu. I do like neon yellow. My Pikachu is kind of a neon yellow. He came out very bright. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of green down here into this little grassy hill. I'm not coloring it in solid. When I do these kind of areas, I usually just add a little accent color. Just like that. And now we're going to go over onto the Pokeball. Can the kids do sip and draw? The sip and draw is really meant more for adults. It's not adult content or anything that we draw, but it's a time for the parents to escape and do something different. So it's up to your parents for them to decide. In my house, the sip and draw is just for me. It's my time to have some adult time, just like a lot of times my son does things and he doesn't want his stinky old mom along. He just wants kid time. So I'm doing this top of this ball red. I'm going to go ahead and do the tongue red as well while I have the red out. His teeth stay white. Oh, he does have a black tip on his tail. You're right. So let's do that. I can add that in with some pen. There we go. Thank you. The eyes, so I did black in the eye, and then on that under part, I just put a little bit of light yellow. Light orange. So it comes out a little bit darker than the yellow. But see, now he doesn't look like he's crying or anything. It just gives some like cute, fun little detail within his eye. And last but not least, on my Pokeball, I need to do this gray band. And this band is gray just on that outer ring. The two inner rings stay white. I live in West Sacramento, California. Man, you guys are getting to learn all kinds of things about me now. You know, my favorite candy, where I live, my favorite animal, my favorite Pokemon. And there we go. There is my Pokeball. And there is my Pikachu. It's okay if you made the bottom half of the ball red. And then I'm going to go ahead and favorite sibling. For everyone who just saw the person ask who my favorite sibling is, that's my sister who's writing that. All right, so I'm going to finish on here by writing my name. I am Stacy. I am 44, and I live in California. So everyone do the same. It has been super fun. I do know Aubrey and Braxton. They live right next door to me. So I'm going to flip you around. It's been super fun drawing with you guys today. We have one more drawing tomorrow. I will announce tonight. I mean, we have many more, but this week for the kiddos, we have one tomorrow. I'll announce tonight what it is, so stay tuned to the site for that. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we draw at 10 a.m. We did a Baby Yoda. Look in the past videos. That was our very first drawing. So thank you very much. I love you guys. Post your pictures. Post them to the Pokemon album. If you can't figure that out, then post them just directly onto the page. All right? Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.